Welcome aboard the Z-42, the German Harugumo. Let's see how she sends you crying back to mama in today's meta with Ripper.
Hey team, this is Ripper. You guys are doing fantastic today. Got a fun video with the Z-42 on two brothers here, starting off the match right here, and we'll take a look at how Z-42 is panning out these days. It's powerful, man. I've been enjoying it, and we'll take a look at how it's panning out and having a blast as well. But as always, before getting like, subscribe, button below. Appreciate all the supporters of the channel. You see how we're doing here today. Smash this button, leave a comment. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you enjoy the show. What is Z-42? It's the German Harugumo, basically. 3.8 second reload with only 105mm guns at pen 26, 900 meters per second coming out of the barrel. The bread and butter, of course, is the AP. 105mm, 2300 damage, 900 meters per second. Very, very strong. Decent, I would say, pen angles, but not as great as I would say Druid. But still decent, and quick smokes, engine boost, 8%, and the hydro, 6 kilometers, everybody's favorite for the German line. But the other selling point is really it's one of the few destroyers that has this short burst, quick smoke generator, which allows you to do the guerrilla tactics, getting in and out of dodge, and you can see how it's going to play out in a minute right here. But let's take a look at how we're just initial positioning right here. Standard battle, I hate this battle mode. It really is a detriment because it doesn't promote anything other than stay alive, and that means people will run to the back, run and hide, whatever. There's not really much of an objective to play for other than capture the flag, but not many people can just go straight to the flag these days. So let's look at how we're going to play this one. Be conservative. Again, you don't have to rush to your death because it's a standard battle, right? Now, you can kill everybody on the other team and still win. So RPF is indicating somebody in front here. Shimakaze supporting him, making sure he stays alive against Lucian. All right, let's take a look at this. Initially, I fire HE to see what kind of angles the enemy has. So I'll switch to AP, and let's see how this works out. So he's kind of slightly angled right there, and you can see, look at that damage, 3,100 damage. And that's essentially the power of, you know, what this thing can provide with AP. Now, he's angled here, so you definitely have to switch to HE, and this is the only thing you can really do because the AP is just horrendous. But the bread and butter right here is smoke up, quick smoke, and fire AP, and then kind of use the hydro to perma-spot whatever is in front of you. That's kind of the gimmick. It's kind of like Z-52 kind of gimmick style right there. And then again, we got the quick smoke, boom, pop it, and then we go undetected, which allows us to remain hidden and away from the incoming fire. Now, the downside of this ship is there's no heals, just like Z-52, no heals. That's why I find that Z-52 and Z-42 are very, very difficult to survive these days with ships like the Laffey, who have the super heals. Ships like the USS Hull have super heals. So you're playing against destroyers that have a very, very high survivability rate, and you can repair the mistakes and damage that you cause. Like Lucian here has this super long-term heal, so you got to kill this guy right off the bat. Otherwise, you cannot sustain a long-term gunfight. Otherwise, you're just going to die, and you have no heals to get back that damage. And there it is. There's Splash 2, or Splash 1, eliminating both Lucians on this side of the map right here, and that is the power of the Z-42 coupled with another destroyer. And again, here's the problem, though. I only got 7,700 health now. That is what you got to keep, play with the rest of the game, and there's no heals, no buffs, no nothing. So that's the one downside of Z-42 in my personal opinion. So you got to play very, very cautiously, use the smokes all the time, and just get it going. Now, the torpedoes are decent, nice reloads here. You got a 86-second reload, 10-kilometer range, 62 knots. It's like daring kind of style torpedoes. 10 kilometers that just ward off anybody rushing you. Is really as a defensive weapon, not too much of an offensive weapon. Although we can potentially get offensive capabilities if we sneak in close enough. And oh my gosh, look at that. A torpedo hit. Wow. 23,000 damage, Splash 2. And we get the torpedo hit right there. And now we pretty much run amok with this flank with just the Shimakaze with us. Meanwhile, our entire team is floundering on the west side. So let's just push forward and see what happens. Shimakaze will probably die here. I think he rushed to his death, which he didn't really need to. And you notice we're just firing torpedoes here, and oh wow, look at these torpedoes. Those look nice against the Thunderer, so we don't have to do really too much anything right here. We're going to save our smoke. Okay, he goes down. We'll use the smoke to fire against the new secondary German cruiser, which is the Prince Adalbert. We just did a review on that. Unfortunately, me personally, I don't think it's a strong ship in today's meta with the passive gameplay, and there's not enough survivability on this thing. I've seen videos, people talking about it's got a really flat broadside, so it just arms all the shells and all the damage. You can see it doesn't have a very good survivability rate or armor capability, and it just gets mowed down because it's a cruiser. And guess what everybody loves to do? They love to shoot the cruisers too. So yeah, it's not really a survivable ship in my personal opinion to do. I would rather just have the Schlieffen. If you can have the Schlieffen, you can go in a little bit better, I would say, and survive a little bit more. And you don't have that much health. So, oh, dang, those torpedoes. Those are just right on the edge. That's why I don't like the 10-kilometer torpedo. If I had 12s, like the Grozovoy, I would have reached out and just killed that Prince Adalbert. And that would have actually changed the tide of the game. Prince Adalbert actually, manual, probably secondary. The Shimakaze right there takes him out. And now we're all lone destroyer up here. And we're just going to see if we can try to at least take out this Prince Adalbert right here. So again, quick smokes popping right there, so we can go undetected. And main battery reload booster, if we get over a certain amount of shell hits, I believe, what, 150 or something, you get Lucian's pops the main battery reload for the destroyer roll. So very, very good there. We get a 3-second reload, not bad. I wish it would have a better gun reload, but I guess it would be too overpowered in Wargaming's eyes. Haruguma has way better reloads than this. Why can't we give it to the Z-42? Why not, right? Ooh, come on. Can we get this kill? Notice those angles. Oh, another torpedo head. See, again, kind of like short-range defensive torpedoes, and that's what you get right there. Splash 3, 48,000. There's not much. And now we're running into the cap here so we can cap it. Unfortunately, our team is slowly floundering, and we don't have too much support right here. Colombo, watch the AP damage on the Colombo here. And he goes down dark. So, again, without spotting or, proper support, the Z-42 really, it's difficult sometimes. Now the 6-kilometer hydro works, but then again, you don't want to rush too much to risk your ship because we don't have any heals. So again, you got to balance that out. It requires a little bit of positioning, a little bit of tactics here, and we'll just take as much damage as we can as the Colombo goes out of our range, and not much we can do about that. But again, a very, very strong ship in the sense of the quick smokes, the hydro, very annoying to play against as a destroyer player. You're really just going to have competing hydro or radar to really counter this thing, or just try to survive, because the Z-42 just does not survive without any heals. So, I mean, what you started is what you get. So you got to really hold on to that health, otherwise you're going to run into a lot of hairy situations where you're trying to survive. Okay, look at this situation right here. We know the RPF is showing the Shimakaze player is right in front of us, right here. So, and look at that. Of course, the torpedoes are a telltale sign. Not much health to play with. Look, we have 7,600 health to go against all of this. Now, if we spot 3 people, we do get this Lucian health reload, but unfortunately, it's not enough to kind of win the game, if you will. I'd rather have heals that are on demand. Now, notice right here, we're switching to HE because he's going to angle into us. I know he is. And now we're reversing. Now, here's the power of the Z-42. The 6-kilometer hydro in smoke. So he can't spot us unless he has some kind of radar or hydro himself. So pretty much this is just kind of shoot fish at a barrel. And this is where the Z-42 and the Z-52 excel and shine, is these situations right here. And we take out the Shimakaze. Splash 4. Can we take a crack in here? Let's see if we can take out Severe. And, of course, submarine just blind pinging us, and that's not fun at all. And we run out of smoke. So the quick smoke eventually does run out, and now we're exposed. Let's see if we can take out... Ooh, can we get the Belau Kraken right here? Come on, let's get a submarine Kraken. Come on, baby. There it is. Only 6,000 HP. Only another 1,000. Come on. Almost there. Almost there. Oh, we get blapped by Severe. Of course. When you get shot at... Oh, we were on the last one over here. So, yeah, when we get focused down before... I mean... You really need those heals and those quick smokes. But look at that. 4 kills, 80,000 damage. Tanking 1.2 million potential damage right there. Z-42, very, very strong, powerful. Unfortunately, that's not a win. But you can see the capabilities of what that thing can do. And it is dang, dang strong. Let's take a look at one more video. Actually, I had a good game where I actually won the game just by surviving. And I had the E in it for some reason. So let's take a look at that. All right, we're back here in the Z-42 with our team stuck. We actually got together in diff. Shout out to Boosted and Jastrian. So very fun there. They're also in the Daring and Prince van Orange, the Dutch cruiser for airstrike. So pretty interesting there. Let's see how this combo works out. Initial positioning at Charlie Cap. We're on the flank here, so I always try to work the flanks and stay together with my team. So we'll see where the threats lie. That's why RPF is really kind of crucial in this ship, in my personal opinion, because you got to get the guns turrets. They traverse very, very slowly on the Z-42, so you got to have situational awareness to point the guns in the right direction initially and know where to pop that hydro and get ready for the smoke up ability. Right now, Barbiano is trying to rush us right here, and this is the power of the 6-kilometer hydro because, dude, you are caught in the web. If you're in a Barbiano and you pop your smoke, you're now stuck because you have a perma hydro and you have no way to spot the enemy that's shooting at you other than just blind fire. And you could see just the power of the AP is just unsustainable and unsurvivable against Barbiano and Z-42. And there he goes. There's our first kill of the day. Actually, a assisted destruction right there. And we just wiped the entire flank right here's destroyers kind of roll right here off the map. Daring and Prince are working with us today. We're going to go in and cap. I got my RPF locating closest target right now is Los Andes, unless there's a destroyer actually in the cap right now. Okay, so this is a good situational awareness. There is something, and ooh, blapped the Annapolis out the bat. Notice RPF is pointing and the Charlie cap is capping, so therefore just by using common sense here, there is something right inside the cap in this direction. So I'm assuming that is the other destroyer, so that must be the Velos, because if Cabras is over here, the only last destroyer, as you can see in the map player list, is the Velos. So Velos is right there smoking up. You know what? Let's go smoke him out. Let's go ahead and use our hydro. We'll use our 6-kilometer hydro, and this is why it's so freaking powerful. 6-kilometer hydro lasting so long, and we actually perma spot the Velos right now. He can't see us either because he's popping smoke. He's trailing smoke. So therefore, this is just shooting fish in a barrel at this point. So now we're going to see if we can just keep him spotted. We're not going to go detected. Let the Daring, let all my other players shoot, and see if we can get this guy out. Now, you want to get every destroyer out. And again, what I've always said, destroyers are the key component of the game. If you don't kill them, they're going to come back and haunt you, just like me. If you don't kill me as the destroyer player, I will come back and haunt you. So again, that just makes logical sense that you kill out the destroyer player who provides all the spotting, torping, the capping, and so forth, which is a key component of the objectives of the game. See if we get this nice kill now. My aim is so bad right now, and finally somebody kills him. Thank you, Daring. All right, we got an assisted again. That new ribbon for assisted is pretty awesome. The fact that we can actually get assists now. And watch how much damage we can do to the broadside of a Vermont right here. Oh, he blind fire. Oh, he took a shot right before we went undetected. I hope this doesn't hurt. Oh, dang. Those, man, I'm telling you, Vermont shells hurt. But don't worry, we'll return the favor. Look at how much damage we can do to him. Actually, he started angling. I thought there was another video where I had a great shot against the Vermont, and it was just melting all his damage right off that freeboard on the side there, and it was a lot of pain on him. I was taking like 4,000 to 5,000 chunks off of him. If you can get a full broadside Vermont, man, this thing, the Z-42, it can really rock your world. It's pretty amazing. Firing HE round, just start firing. We get the main battery reload time again up to 130 or 150 shell hits. And now we get a reload reduction down to 3.3 second base reload. Nice shot right here against the Gunboat. This is a nice, beautiful image to get a broadside cruiser. You can do a lot of damage, especially in the Z-42. Let's see what we can do right here. I was just trying to work it right there. And we can get some nice, juicy hits. The AP is very, very powerful against cruisers right here. And if I can just aim, my goodness, these shells are hitting short. Goodness gracious. They really need to fix it. Now look, and once we can connect, look at all that damage this thing is doing. It's getting some constant hits. He's going like, holy crap, I'm getting melted by somebody. So he's going to angle in. And now we're going to go in and rush the Colombo. Let's see if we can help our friends over here with the Colombo. Colombo is actually working the crap out of our teammates over here. So if he survives, he could probably come back and cap Charlie. So we're just lingering in the area, just making sure we support our teammates before I can go off and rush. Because remember, always use the minimap to figure out where you're needed as a destroyer player. You don't want to leave your teammates. You don't want to leave a flank open. You always want to make sure that you have proper support. And as a destroyer player, you're the quick reaction force. You need to be there to provide enough support to help your team so they don't flounder as well. All right, Colombo goes undetected. We're now working this Gutenlau here. We need to figure out how to kill him. Shooting over the islands. The shell trajectory is kind of mediocre. It's not too floaty and it's not too flat. So you're kind of in the middle there. So I guess standard arcs, and we just can't seem to hit this guy. My goodness. Frustrating. All right, let's see if we can work our way closer. Now, he's got 5-kilometer hydro, so we don't want to, overcommit too much and get perma-spotted. Then our smoke is pretty much useless. If he can spot us with his hydro, we have no tactical advantage. So let's see if we can get here. He is kind of at 5.2, so we're just right outside his hydro, so this is a good shot. Combat Scout, we've spotted. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize we spotted 141,000. That is wild that we're spotting that much in the Z-42. And let's see here. Now we got Luchins on board again, so if we do get 3 spots of ships, we get a heal. They'll bring us back to life, so that's a good thing. Oh, and we are radar. Oh, Des Moines. Ah, man, bad situation is on my part. Again, I should have looked at it as lane spot right here. Des Moines radar range is creeping us. We're inside of it right now. Definitely on specific 9.2 inside of 10, so We're going to have to get out. We run away. And now let's just work the Colombo right now. That's the only thing we can do productive right now. So let's see. Never, ever give up. Notice that the team, you think we're outnumbering the enemy team, but again, you never know in World of Warships where the whole game can be thrown by our friendlies. So not a good thing. All right, so let's see if we can knock Colombo out here with AP. Just look at this, how much damage we can do. 6 pins right there, doing over about 1,200 damage. Not bad. If I can just connect on his superstructure, it does a lot of power here. Now that he's angled, it's not going to be as effective, so we're going to have to switch to HE. He takes out a boosted right there, unfortunately, so we're going to have to work and try to kill this guy as much as we can. Just give us a perma-fire, and that will help us out a lot. HE right there, you can see doing about 1,300 damage. Not bad. Now he's looking at us, so he pops smoke right there, and hopefully he fires one more salvo to keep him perma-spotted. Come on, shoot one more. Shoot one. Oh, he fires. There it is. See, that's a bad move on his part. He shouldn't have fired. Now he gets spotted for another 20 seconds on the free farming for us. So we can just get a fire going. This would help us out a lot. Calling for assistance here. Des Moines is behind us, but he popped his radar, so we're not too much of a threat. Come on, almost there. He's going behind an island. He's going. He's smoking up. He's smoking up. One more shot and get a perma-fire going. Ah, geez. Vermont takes out our Conqueror. Now we are outnumbered. Holy crap. I'm telling you, this is how games can just be thrown to the last minute. Des Moines is getting killed by our daring. Thank goodness right there. We get an assisted as well. 4 assists so far. Let's see if we can go work this Colombo. Let's get him out of the game so we can secure this flank. There he is. There's Colombo right there. All right, let's see if we can open fire and go loud, go proud, and see if we can take out 19,000 HP. Not too much damage for these APs I'm noticing on the battleships here on the Colombo. He's just so heavily armored. It's just really difficult just to get the right amount of damage. We pop our last smoke because we don't want him to get a shot on us with his sap. It's going to be devastating for us. There's his final shot, I hope. And he misses us. That would have totally killed us right there. So good thing we popped the smoke in time. You're gonna have, that's the downside. You got to use all the smokes because you have no heals. That's your only defensive measure in Z-42 because you can't heal your mistakes. Oh man, we almost got him. Only 1,300 health left. Come on, baby, and we get the kill. There it is. Splash 185,000 damage. Now let's go work the enemy team right now. Hopefully our Alpha team over there can survive and keep this game alive. Unfortunately, we lose our Azuma, and now we only have the Petra on Annapolis. If they can just kill the good and loud. Now here's where. This is what was so difficult about this game. We had to literally not only avoid the carrier, but just survive. And that's why it's so important to have Aslane's mod loaded for the timer at the top there. And there we go. It's 3 spots. We get our heal. That is the only way we can get our heal back. Is just to heal that damage with the Luchan, spotting 3 ships, and then boom, we get a little heal buff. That's a pretty interesting right there. But again, we need to have these timers up here. Notice that we're still winning at this point. So do I go in and try to, shoot and kill these ships, or do I just survive? Because the problem is I don't have any smokes left. And now it's pretty much just a race against time because we're losing everybody. We just lost our other teammates stuck there, or just Jastrian, and all of our teammates are dead. Now we're spotting Malta, which then signals that he's probably going to figure out where we're at because he's going like, hey, what the heck is spotting me? There's a destroyer in the area, so we're going to just... And then I've looked at the clock. I was going, okay, we are about to win based off time. There's only 3 minutes left in the game. Do I attack or do I survive? And I'm like banking on the fact that we keep Bravo and Charlie. Unfortunately, Vermont is capping Bravo now. So we were like, oh crap. But my timer still said we were going to win based off of time because there was just not enough time for them to bring back the points because we were still in the lead right here. Malta is currently shooting us right now, so I'm going to keep an eye on the airplanes. Man, Malta 27,000 HP. Actually, that's better than FDR. FDR has over like 40,000 sometimes, so at least this is bearable. But the AA on the Z-42 just does nothing. I mean, at these ranges, you're just using continuous damage, and it's just not enough to really thwart anything right here. Finally, we get a flak burst. Now he's in that vulnerable period. Actually, we're taking down some of his HP, right? You can see the numbers ticking down right there, and he's healing. Oh my god, airplanes that heal. That's a first. I always thought that was a gimmick. The funniest gimmick ever is to have airplanes heal. So it's like you bring out a guy on the wing and starts repairing all the bullet holes. That's pretty interesting. While flying, while doing attack runs. Pretty amazing right there. That's super unrealistic. I wish they would not add heals to airplanes. That just doesn't make sense to me at all. But whatever, it's an arcade game, right? And we dodged those torpedoes right there. It's just constant dodging. So maneuverability, as you can see around Z-42, pretty decent. Now we're getting the, torpedo hits on the Malta. And we just got to survive another minute 32 right here. So hopefully we're going to survive. Meanwhile, bombers are coming in and attacking us right now. Let's see if we can take out the carrier just in time. Oh, actually, we're about to win with 9 points to go. And I said, you know what? We're about to win. Let's just see if we can get as much damage as we can. 118,000 damage. Gets a nice... Somebody took a nice hit on us. Come on. One more point. One more point. Here we go. And we win. Holy crap. Whew, man, we were sweating bullets right there, ladies and gents, and we finally won that game, and this is just based off of time, and wow. That's why it's good to have Aslay mod up to know how you're going to win. 137,000 damage, making a chunk of change right there, 1 million, and we get the E on this one for some reason. I know it didn't show up, but it was an E. I took a snapshot of it. It's pretty amazing. And top of the team right there with our div mates. But man, that is Power Z-42. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this show and got something out of it. But as always, build be at the end of the video. If you see me out there, make sure you say hello, and I hope you guys are doing well. We'll talk to you soon. And until next time, be safe. Cheers.